So last weekend, my sister and I decided to bake a cake for our mom's birthday, since, buying one at the store would have been far too simple and not nearly as Instagrammable. Everything started off pretty normal. We gathered ingredients, preheated the oven, and even put on matching aprons that said "bake it till you make it." The only mildly suspicious thing was that our sugar looked a little chunkier than usual, but we shrugged it off. Maybe it was just some fancy, rustic organic sugar. My sister said, "Artisan sugar is all the rage now," and I nodded, pretending I knew what that meant. The cake batter came together looking a bit off, but we figured that's just what you get with home baking. When it came time to taste test the batter, I took a small spoonful and immediately made a face like I just licked a battery. My sister tried to convince me it was just unbaked flavor, but one taste and her eyes watered like she was chopping onions while watching a sad movie. At this point, our mom walked into the kitchen and asked if we were making a cake or brining a turkey. The realization hit us harder than the salt content in that batter. We checked the container and, sure enough, we'd dumped in an entire cup of salt, not sugar. The worst part? We'd already put it in the oven, and the entire house started to smell like a chemistry experiment gone wrong. Our dog walked in, sniffed the air, and then backed out slowly like he'd seen something he wasn't supposed to. We tried to salvage the situation by adding more sugar, but by then our cake was more like a geological formation than a dessert. When we finally took it out of the oven, it was so dense you could have used it as a doorstop, or possibly a weapon in medieval times. Mom took one look at it and said, "Well, girls, I always wanted a rock cake, but I didn't mean it literally." So yeah, we didn't just bake a cake, we accidentally invented the world's first sedimentary dessert.